Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to talk about PayPal real quick. Currently, the market did go against us in our price prediction, which was produced back in September. It's been a couple of months since we last talked about this stock. However, you guys can see today that the market in PayPal ultimately came down to where we expected it to go. It looked like we just a little bit early, and that will happen from time to time. We come in and try to anticipate where price is going to go. I'm just going to give you an example. There it is right there. We came in a little bit too early in PayPal. The market went up first, came all the way back down, and came to our area of TP. Now, what occurred while PayPal went up is it eliminated, all of these sell pockets up here. So it took out the sellers first, and then the market went down to take the buyers out. That's the whole dynamic of the market right there. It goes to these pockets as magnets, and they want to wipe out whoever is sitting in these areas to get them out of the way. You got to understand, when you're an institution and you got $100 million in PayPal stock, you want to sell it, you can't just come in and sell it at one time. You got to do it in multiple increments. So that's why price seemingly comes back to these pockets time in and time again, because there's institutional people sitting there waiting to get their orders executed. That's why these pockets are so good and so powerful to try to target. That's how we knew that the market in PayPal was going to hit these areas, and it did eventually. So you tapped into a great channel right here, because we're going to show you aspects of the market that you're not going to get nowhere else. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it a buck. You guys are going to see exactly what I say. You guys will see exactly where I think price is going to do. And then we'll always come back and talk about it so that we can learn and become better market predictors. All right. So if you guys appreciate it, hit that like, share, and subscribe as always. So now, first of all, it's time to clean up the chart, because we got a lot more information on the chart that we have today that we didn't have back in September. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to go ahead and get rid of these sell pockets here into the market in PayPal, because I told you that the market took out the sellers first. So what I mean by that is, when you look at this sell pocket right here, this first sell pocket, this was the market the day that the buyers took out the sellers, right here on this day. Because originally, well, this is where the sellers confirmed that they're still in this pocket, because the market went down the next day, September the 30th. But then the buyers came back and eliminated those sellers on October the 6th. See that? Price broke through that sell pocket to the upside. Get rid of it. And then even the next day, look at how many sell pockets those buyers took out. It took out the next one, and then it even took out the one above that one. So let's get rid of that. Now, right here is where those sellers came back and said, yeah, you thought you're going to get rid of me at this particular price. The seller's like, nah, I got more to sell to you. Because the next day, PayPal fell almost 8%. So this was a valid sell pocket. Price ran all the way down to 65.50, scooped up more buyers. And then those buyers came back to those sellers at this sell pocket, and they took out that pocket. Boom. But then the seller's like, all right, cool. You think that you really hit me, taking me out on that sell pocket? I'm really going to hit you all right there around $78.50. Look at this day. Market still ended up almost 4%, but look at the price bar, y'all. Look at that. This always represents sellers coming in the market. I don't care what anyone says. This is selling. Then look at the volume that came in on top of that bar. Charts don't lie. People do. People and their presumptions, their opinions, their conspiracies, their mythologies, their analysis. But these charts are not lying. This was a massive clue to anybody who loves to short stocks. You got this massive bar weakness, and then you got the volume backing that. If you would have seen that right here on October the 28th, you said, I'm about to get in. I'm about to short PayPal, because that is massive right there. So let's say you got in the next day. You would be up on your position 20.25% on the low that occurred on November 20th and the 21st. It's just that simple. we didn't have to have any technical indicators on that point. The chart is all we need. We just need price bars and volume to determine where's the money. Where's the money trying to go? All right, so that sell pocket is still good. So let's clean it up though. We're going to make this area right here a sell pocket. All right. Now, as price in PayPal went down, it created more sell pockets, newer sell pockets. So that's the next thing we're going to do. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this prediction here. Market hit us on October the 7th, 12.44%. If we were to extend that over, the market would have hit us at the low, probably around 11.83% right now. Okay, so now we need to create another sell pocket, like right around here in PayPal. This is where those sellers are. Okay, so just like we did showing buyers taking out the sellers, we could do the same for the sellers taking out the buyers, right? So like right here, this is where the sellers took out the buyers at this pocket. The sellers took out the buyers at this pocket, but they didn't do it here. So this is still a good pocket, all right? This is definitely indicating that buyers came into the market on these 2 days. Well, specifically this day, the 21st of November, because the market went down one day, then the next day immediately went right back up. That's a massive indication that the market is being bought up by the buyers. All right, so now let's look at this on the 2-day chart. We're just trying to figure out if the market is still being controlled or moved by buyers. It is on the 3. Okay, so this is a probable precursor of strength bar right there, meaning that buyers entered. Now we just need a confirmation on this current 3-day price bar to see if they're going to follow through. Because if they do, then we can create another buy pocket and expect price to hold that area. So we're kind of like in a wait and see on the 3. Here it's on the 4. Right here, you guys can see that this is a pocket of buying right there. Sellers took it out though. Here it is on the 5. So everything so far, like on the 3, the 4, and the 5, is reflecting buyers entering the market in PayPal. So we might get a small move up, but the long-term charts is definitely weak. Like this is massively weak. This whole area, let me circle it. I don't like this whole area for the buyers. That's a massive, big clue that somebody got a lot of stock to sell in PayPal right there. That's not good. I don't like that if I was a buyer. So if we do put on a price prediction, we're not going to run it all the way up to like $88 to $92 right now, because that's a whole lot of weakness in between. I would say $80 down to like 70. Here it is on the 3 weeks. Look at the 3 weekly bar. That's even worse. This 3 weekly price bar is terrible. Straight nasty if you're a buyer. You do not want to see bars like that, especially on the long-term charts. This is what it looks like on the 5 weeks. Same thing. Even on the 5 weeks looks terrible. So on the long term, I'm not a buyer in PayPal. Not yet. I will still be a seller, just like on our prior price prediction, looking for the market in PayPal to go down. And seemingly, it looks as if we might try to hold though. Okay. It looked like the market may try to come down to price in PayPal since 2023. Okay, so we haven't seen the market in PayPal run down that low since 2023. One of these 2 buy pockets I would suspect and presume that it's going to try to hold. This is what it looks like on the monthly chart, since we only have 2 more days left. All right, so now let's see though, because from my perspective, I trust the charts. I don't trust people and their opinions about what they think a market's about to do. I look at what the market has already done to try to figure out what they're anticipating, because everybody is in the market trying to anticipate the next move. So they get in position anticipating that move that they analyze. So we don't need to add 100 million different type of indicators on our charts, because they're already telling us what they expect. So we're looking for buyers, and this is pretty good right here. I like that. I like to see things to where price comes down to a pocket and it immediately reacts. that tells you that there's definitely some demand down here at the pocket. We need to continually see that. Now, this is just the first move. We came down. Hold on right quick. Let me fix that for you. So we came down and we immediately went up, right? But this is just one leg. We need to see it again. We need to see, I need these buyers to come and say, hey, look, I want to buy right here. I have another opportunity. Like I needed to come back down a second time and buy that again. Then I become even more confident that this area is being controlled by buyers. We haven't seen that yet, but I do like what's going on the hourly charts for PayPal. Here it is on the 5. Even here on the 5, I like that. Now, just like we went ahead on the daily chart and created pockets for buying and selling, we can do it on the 5-hour chart too. You can see it. This is the sell right there. Sell pocket. Market is currently breaking through it, which is another good indication to tell us at least that the market in PayPal has some more room to run up. So that's a pocket there. And here's the next one. This will be a third one right there, really. Okay. So like if we were trying to buy the stock, you would want to try to target those three pockets. Not being greedy, because you're anticipating. That's what we do. We anticipate. We try to predict where price is going to go so we know when to get in and know when to get out. We don't try to overstay our welcome in the market, because trust, these institutions, they don't stay longer than they have to. They get in, they make the bread, and they're out. Okay. So I do think the market, at least in the near term, is wanting to go up. I do like that. So we might play, just for a small time, the move higher. Okay. And it might not be much because we've already ran and created where we think price is going to go to the upside. So now let's hit this on the daily. And we're going to look for PayPal to go higher. Ultimately, though, long term, I'm looking for the stock to go down right now, because when you switch the charts over to the weekly and the monthly chart, it is definitely weak right now. This is just a small move to the upside. Okay. Now, in any event that price comes down for PayPal, I want it to hold one of these two buy pockets. If it doesn't do that, then definitely the anticipation that the market's going to come back down. Let me bring it down here to the next buy pocket. And this still might even bounce here and go higher. So just like the first prediction that I talked about in the beginning of the video, it could go against us. It did ultimately go in our favor. But yeah, we're going to try to hit these targets here. First one at the high is like 2 3/4. Second one is about 4.5%. Then the third is around like 5.84%. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm going to hold that there. And I'm done. You're up next. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profit. And as always, trade different.